Good morning. I'm almost ready to go live on Facebook. Good morning, everybody. This is Ruth Teresa with One Inspiring Woman, and I'm live on Facebook. This will be our second to the last Monday morning live. I'm not discontinuing it. What I'm doing is moving it to a different day. When I was doing the dream interpretations on Thursday evening, I realized I was getting a lot more clients, a lot more people that were able to come, and so I thought this one would be a really great one for me to kind of get started on and decide if I really wanted to do this or not. And I really enjoy connecting with you guys. So I am so excited to be connecting with you guys. Let me move my camera over. It's not in the right spot. Okay, sorry about that. So corrections all done. So hopefully there'll be some people joining us live in a little bit with asking their questions to me. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. It's one of those, if y'all celebrate it, I've been around a couple of people in the last few days that do not celebrate Thanksgiving because this is not their native country, and they're starting to learn how to appreciate Thanksgiving Day. And it's kind of fun because their culture is different from ours. But I've told them several times, I was like, you just got to try it. You just got to try it, a turkey dinner. It can be so much fun, and it can be so just relaxing, have your family and your friends around and just appreciating them being with you. I would say the problem that us native people have is that sometimes the holidays can be a little bit stressful. And I would say that's mostly because when we're around our family, there's things that we've wanted to say, or people that'll say things that are mean, that are very hurtful, very spiteful. And it's one of those, it's something that really can be very tearing the family apart. It's one of those, I've seen it in many clients of mine over the years. I've seen that in my own family, in my brothers and sisters, my aunts and uncles, that when one family member has a stronger personality or a stronger belief system, or they talk about it more, they can really turn off several other people because it's one of those, they're not ready to hear it, or they think they're ready to hear it and they blurt it out, or they say something, or that they treat someone bad or different, or there can also be a lot of jealousy. I've also found this in many clients, and not only that, but in my own family, where one sibling is jealous of another, or one sister-in-law is jealous of a sister, a brother-in-law is jealous of a brother, all of those things, that it kind of just comes together. And Thanksgiving is a day that we normally celebrate with our families, and we're with them all day long. Sometimes it's one of those, sometimes they show up earlier in the day. They help prepare all the food, they bring things over. It's one of those, you go through the meal, and then after the meal there's usually activities that the family does. My family, my kids, we exchange Christmas list of what everybody wants and kind of questioning things. Are you sure you want this color? Are you sure you like that? Where'd you find it at? So we're always talking and communicating with our family members. One of the things that I would say is really important is to remember that in-laws and brothers and sisters normally have their own lives now, that especially as they get older, kids can be pawns. It's one of those, my thing is to really let you know what's going on, is have an exit plan. If that's like at some point you and your spouse say it's time to get out of here, it's kind of, run back home or whatever it is. Sometimes it can be just take a step outside, go outside and take a few minutes to yourself and take a break. It's one of those, sometimes people can feel attacked by other people. There's all kinds of energies in families. I would say sometimes it's one family member is a narcissistic personality, and so much better. I'm not drinking coffee, I'm drinking hot tea, so it's one of those. But one family member can be narcissistic, and that energy can be very hurtful, because that narcissistic energy wants all of the attention on them, all of the praise, all of the glory from the family swirling about them. and it kind of takes away from everybody else in different ways. So I want to let you know that it's something that it's really important to have in mind is how far away do you need to get out of this situation to give yourself a break. Sometimes it can be a break of just a few minutes of going into the bathroom for a few minutes and just taking a break, clean your ears, you know, try on some lipstick, whatever it is, take a break and give yourself that opportunity. The other thing is making sure that you've given yourself ample time, told your family ahead of time, like, hey, me and Aunt so-and-so have a, you know, a troubled past, and so at times I may need you to run interference for me. Or it's one of those, don't leave me in the room with her. She's near me and you leave, she's probably going to say something very tacky or very mean to me. It's one of those, have those exit plans already established and ready to go. Ready to allow that time to really make the best of this. And when it gets too much, run. It's one of those, go back home, go back to where you feel safe and secure. It's one of those, a lot of times family members go, you know, oh, no, we have to stay at mom's house like all day long. This is tradition. But it's one of those, if people are not honoring who you are, it's not healthy for you. So that's one of the things that I often tell my clients is, if it's not healthy for you, then step out of the situation. Because it's, good morning, Tanya. It's often, if it's not healthy for you, it's not healthy for your kids or your spouse to be involved in that also. So it's one of the things that I want people to understand, that it's not that you need to run away forever, but I would say make sure that you have a good holiday when you're ready for that to end. Get ready to walk out. Tanya, if you have any questions you want to post to me, I'll be more than happy to. See if I can send her an emoji. That's an... So if you have any questions, post them. I'm talking about Thanksgiving Day. There's also, not only do you have that narcissistic energy, but kind of similar but a little bit different, you can also have very jealous energy. Someone believes that someone else's job... I know I'm fighting a cold really bad. So someone has jealous energy, and if you don't have jealous energy and you're not necessarily jealous, it's one of those, I would say, it comes in many forms, and it can be very hurtful. Because usually one person is very jealous and the other person is not. And so they don't understand why one person is jealous. They're like, one of my clients a couple of days ago was saying, I don't see why my sister-in-law is really jealous of me. And I said, oh, really? And I said, you know, she's a stay-at-home mom. Her, you know, my brother makes plenty of money so she can stay home with the kids and doesn't have to work. And, you know, that would be the perfect thing that I would want. And I said, well, in some ways, that's what she believes, is that you have this great, amazing life. Just like you think she has a great, amazing life. And you're not seeing eye to eye. She's not seeing the hard work. All she's seeing is you go on business trips. She's seeing you, your business succeed. Buying new vehicles, buying new, you know, things for your business, buying new clothes, going to see places that she's hasn't been to or won't be able to go to for a while. So it's one of those, that's one of the things I want people to understand is jealous energy for a person who's not jealous is really difficult. It took me a long time to figure that one out. I just couldn't understand it for the longest time. What kind of the way jealous people think about it is, if there's an item that they really love, in you possessing it or having it, they feel like, and it's an unconscious thing. Make sure you understand that it's an unconscious thing. So what happens is that unconsciously, they're like, that's the only one. And I would be so happy if I had that one salt rock. I would be so happy. Or that shirt, or those pair of pants, or that life. They're jealous of many different things. But the funny part is that the jealous energy stays. it's one of those, then they find more things to be jealous of. Like, God only created one salt stone in the shape of a heart. Really? It's one of those, it's also a disbelief of them being able to create for themselves. It's one of those, whatever it is, they have this underlying belief that there's not enough in the world. There's not enough money in the world. There's not enough great jobs in the world. There's not enough great men in the world. There's not a great, whatever it is, they believe that that's part of it. So it's one of those, I think that's just kind of, for me, I've never understood that energy at all, but that's my personality. I'm not jealous of other people. I may go, wow, that's a really pretty ring, or that's a really pretty something else. But I would say that that's something that a lot of people carry in with them. And they carry that in, and they bring it into every relationship, every friendship, every contact that they have. It's one of those, they're jealous that someone else has something that they don't have, and that's the problem. That makes it more difficult, more energetically pulling out of your spirit. It's one of those, and it's one of those, I recently had to cut someone from my life because they were the same way. It's one of those, when it came down to their birthday, they told me exactly what they wanted. They wanted me to make something for them, and I did. I enjoyed making the item. The thing is, though, is that I started thinking about it, and it was like, this is interesting. I, excuse me, received, besides a birthday card, I didn't receive anything else. They didn't make anything personal for me. It's one of the energy just wasn't balanced, and that's where I've realized, when I'm out of balance, it's got to be that someone else is jealous. And I don't believe in jealous energy. I believe that there is tons for everybody. I've, come to believe that there are enough for everybody. Our Creator didn't just put enough for one person on this earth. He put enough for everybody. Now, you may have to go work for it, or you may have to try a little bit harder, or you may have to step out of your comfort zone to get it. But I guarantee you, that's something that's really, really important. That's something that's really important to understand, is that it's always coming to us, all this energetic energy. That's kind of the law of abundance, a law of attraction, other energy that's coming in. Just make sure that that's something that's really, really important to you guys, that you understand what jealous energy is really about and how much it can really take out of yourself and out of your life. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and post them. Hello, Miss Regina. How are you doing? It's one of those, we're talking about Thanksgiving and being with our family members and having lots and lots of fun, and where to set some barriers. I would say one of the things that is really interesting for most people is to set healthy boundaries. When you're around your family, set some healthy boundaries, and when things, not that they have to go 100% your way, but when you feel like you're being attacked, make sure that you take a step out, take a break, take a walk around the block. Give yourself a chance to catch your breath and decide if this is really where I need to go home, or if this is where I need to stay. I would say a lot of times I found that just taking that break and just taking that few minutes step outside and just taking a few minutes changes everything for me. Changes everything for me. Go take a step out on their back patio, their back porch, their back dock, wherever it is. I have several clients that are going down to the beach for Thanksgiving, so I think that's a really interesting one. It's one of those, I would say something is really important to have in mind, is that there are limits to families, and setting healthy boundaries for anybody and everyone is expected and should be done. And when they cross over those boundaries, make sure that you're ready to deal with it. I will be doing a Thursday night live this Thursday after the turkey is consumed. I will be doing a 20-minute at 9 p.m. and that's when I think I will just continue doing my Thursday night live readings. And if you have questions, you can post them. I will be doing dream interpretations, but those need to be emailed over in advance so I can look them over before we get online. Because it's not as easy to try to read on the side everything that everybody's posted and try to keep up with the dreams. I tried that one time. It did not work. It was not good. So I know that Thanksgiving comes right around the corner, and then we've got Christmas on top of that. One of the things that I think is really important for people to understand is that Christmas is all about giving something, but it doesn't have to be a money value. It's one of those, something that's from the heart. Oh, that's so sweet. Regina, you're driving all the way to spend 2 days with your parents. That is amazing. And I know you love your parents. I can see it. Last time you posted pictures of your family, I was just like, oh my gosh, they are all in love with each other. And such great energy. So it's one of those, know that Thanksgiving and Christmas is a time where people step out, and it doesn't have to be a gift of money. It can be a gift of a drive. It can be a gift of a visit. I am so excited that I have family all over the United States, but that doesn't mean that we always get to see each other. And the fun part is when you do get to see them and you do get to interact with them, make it the best possible way to interact with them. Make sure that that you really enjoy your time, that you really take the few minutes to enjoy your family, enjoy your visit with them. And it's one of those, one of the things that I regret that I wish I had done is gone to go see my grandparents more before they had passed. My mom's parents were very near and dear to me, and I wish I had taken the time. Even though it's much closer than Texas to South Carolina, Regina, it's one of the things I wish I would have done is just driving further south and visited with them more often before they passed. It's one of those, I think everybody has regrets that people pass way before you thought they were going to pass. Take the time. Take the time to say, I love you. Take the time to say, I appreciate you. I thank you for what you've done in my life. I did this a couple of years ago with three of my aunts that I sat down and wrote, just a very thankful letter to them. And I wrote it over Thanksgiving, and I sent it to them, snail mail, so it was officially to them. And I had such a great response. And a lot of them didn't even realize how much they had touched my life, and how much a part of just seeing them around every day when I was a kid meant so much to me. It's one of those, that's the part of the Thanksgiving and the Christmas that so many people overlook. They think it is just about the presents and the gifts and the new blue jeans and the shoes and the shirts and the purses and the jewelry and all of those things. It's so much more. It's time to appreciate your family. Love and value them for who they are in your life. Because if you don't do it now, I guarantee you're going to be sitting in front of me or some other psychic going, I wish I could tell my mom I love her one more time. I wish I could tell my mom one more time I could, get a kiss from her. Tell my grandparents one more time I love them and hug them one more time. And the thing is, don't wait. Don't let those things go unsaid, because eventually you'll be sitting in front of some psychics, either me or someone else, and telling them how much you love your parents and how much you want to send them light and love, when you could have done it when they were alive, and you could have made a difference not only for you but for them, because that would have made an amazing change for you. Family comes in different sizes. I have a lot of family that, like I said, that lives all over the place. And it's one of those, I really enjoy that, but I also love my friend family. My friend family is just as amazing as my family, because they're people that I've chosen to have in my life. They're people that I have chosen to bring into my family with my kids and my husband, and to be a part of that. And I think that's the best part, and appreciate them for who they are and the energy that they bring to us. It is so, so important to thank these people for being a part of your tribe, your family, your whatever you want to call it. It's one of those, I think that's the best part, and that's the best message for any holiday, is appreciate and love the ones that are around you. And if they're not, sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and write a thank you note to them. Thank you for what they were in your life. Thank you for being a part of what you learned in this world. It's one of those, I think that's one of the best messages that anybody can have. I have friends and family all over the place, and I send each and every one of you so much light and love over Thanksgiving. We are celebrating, our family is celebrating here in Texas, And I'm so excited about that. And then as soon as that finishes, I have a couple of places where I'm running off to. This starts my busy season. I have several group readings already planned. Not Thanksgiving night, Friday night after Thanksgiving. I've got a group reading in Austin, and I've got a couple others that are coming up that will be being held soon. And so that's kind of the fun, exciting part for all of us. If y'all have any questions, post them now. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Hi, Jim. How's it going? Hi, Alana. How are you doing? I hope y'all have an amazing time and a maybe amazing Thanksgiving day. Thanksgiving for me is something that's very special. It was a very special holiday for not only my family, but many other family members. And I wish I could spend 5 more seconds with my grandparents. It's one of those amazing people, amazing love, amazing energy. And it's one of those appreciate the ones around you. I hope y'all have an amazing day. And like I said, next Monday will be my last Monday morning live. I will switch to Thursday evening live. And it looks like it's going to be 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. So I'm really, really excited about all of that. If you have any dreams that you want me to interpret, I will be doing one this Thanksgiving night. I will start at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will be doing your dream interpretations or any questions that you want to post to me. Questions you can post. Dreams you need to email to me because I need to have those in advance so I can look them over, get all the energy off of them. Always do it first person in your dream. Don't ask me to interpret someone else's dream because something that popped out to you that was important to you may not be important to them. So that's the way it goes. Love you guys. I hope y'all have an amazing Thanksgiving and we'll be talking soon.